Hey you. Good evening and morning, all you ready for 3.10, tired of the game crashing, I can't take this no more types. Siggy Sig done got the next patch brewing in Evo, but let loose that 3.10 will be dropping in July. When in July? I don't know, but hopefully not much further out than a week. I imagine Wave 1 PTU will still be out by the end of this month though, or a lot of folks gonna be doing a sad, slow twerk and pressing F. In the meanwhile, there's still some fries at the bottom of the bag in the form of leaks for 3.10 content and beyond, so let's sit down for a spell and take a look-see. Like up, sub up, and ring up like a boss. The current meta for making risk-free credits is throwing the Planet Express decal on your ship, picking up a box or a few boxes from point A to dropping them off at point B. I've seen folks in the chat stack double-digit boxes in their ships. I only got the stomach for about 4, unless I can get more from a single location. But now, delivery missions getting some real meat on them bones. Right now, deliveries can go from a station to a nearby moon or across the entire star system. After the next update, we'll see a wider variety of delivery missions, some of which won't even require you to leave the city, man. Maybe drop off a sandwich while you eating your own. Some deliveries will require multiple drops, such as this one posted in SC Leaks, in which you'll have to pick up at Bountiful Harvest, take it up to Jump Town, pick up at Jump Town, and finally take it over to Hex. I'm curious to what the payout's gonna look like, seeing that it's all between Yella and Grim Hex, but it's still drugs and there's a slight chance of getting intercepted at the jump to Hex. The smart/paranoid citizen will make an extra jump to approach Hex from a different angle, but should make things a little interesting. For the enterprising, efficient citizen deliverer, there will be deliverer ranks awarded based on your performance. Being efficient means bigger pay through bonuses. So now you got some decisions to make. Are the bonuses more lucrative than stacking your whole ship up with boxes that'll slow you down? Or is it more profitable to slowly deliver 20 boxes, get a lower rank, and have a worse reputation when that's a thing? Maybe you split the difference by taking on a partner. Me and one of my commission division heads, Azarath, are working on that, but there's some technical hitches that need clearing out before it's viable. Oh, and big shout out to Azzy, who's getting married as I write this. Way to go, big boss. Make sure your shoes are tied when you carry her across the threshold. Speaking of carrying folks, in 3.10, we're getting a fresh new citizen trading app. This is what we've been waiting on for quite a while, Doctor. For all you newbie noob noobs, the only way we've had to exchange credits so far with each other has been to go into the contracts manager, set up a beacon for transport or escort, and then broadcast the beacon and hope your friend or whoever accepts it in time. The problem was that anybody could accept the beacon request, so you'd have to cancel it, then try it again. It's a little annoying when you have to do it over and over and over because other folks are accepting them. And even I've accepted beacons meant for other folks. Some on accident, 1 or 2 because the person sending them started cursing out the server. So I just kept accepting them over and over, but we'll all be past that soon. This is the tier 0 version where sending credits is the only function, but down the line, we'll be able to conduct transactions for goods, and further down the road, you can have goods in the cargo warehouses where they'll need to be shipped to the folks who purchased them, so pretty much Amazon. Back to the tier 0 version that's incoming, you can give credits to anybody whether or not they're on your server or even online. You do get hit with a tax though. It costs to be the boss, and it even costs to help out somebody else on their quest to be the boss. The tax is a negligible amount, so I'm not really worried about it. Transactions have fees, people, but just expect to hear cries of outrage. I got no reason to suspect otherwise, but I hope they leave in the share mission feature so that folks can team up with anybody willing and know that they're gonna get their fair cut. Alternatively, the trading app opens up some options to pay folks for indirect contributions to the success of missions like running security outside of a bunker or station where you're inside on your illegal grind. And for all you shady grady criminals, the citizen trading app will also let you gift merits to each other. Right now, merits are gained when you mine up rocks and dump them into the ore terminal, and doing that reduces the time on your sentence. Going forward, we'll have additional tasks to gain merits, like repairing, replenishing oxygen machines that break down in the work mines. The question is, are additional uses for the merits incoming at the same time as the trading app? The only other useful thing you can use the merits for at the moment are at the commissary to buy food and water. Maybe you got an abundance of merits and your sentence is almost over and your buddy gets arrested trying to break you out. You can give him some of your merits minus what you need to finish off your sentence. You could also pay somebody for a shank, which would be Kinda cool if that was useful for more than just extending your prison sentence. If that becomes useful down the road, you might just want to hang out in the clink, making or refining shanks and selling them to the fresh meat so they have a weapon when the riot goes down. Gray Cat is finally getting a little love. It's interesting because you can't even purchase a Gray Cat PTV anymore, and the only other Gray Cat product out there is a Gray Cat Pyro multi-tool, or the mining tool as everybody else calls it, because that's the only useful function it has at the moment. SC Leaks has dropped this artist rendition of it based on the concept that they've seen. For some reason, it feels like one of those bait ops where one purposely leaks some spurious thing in the pursuit of finding a leak and then plugging it, but maybe not. It's a miner on wheels, and that'll be pretty cool to have. Apparently, it's not much bigger than a Gray Cat buggy, so it fits in a ton of ships, gives you additional mining inventory, so fill up your saddlebags, then break out the Gray Cat rock. What's it gonna be mining though? Hand minables, giant boulders, smaller boulders that'll be added in later? Who's to say, but purportedly we'll find out sometime in 3.10. We should also see a Tavarn fighter make its way in the verse. Supposed to be a Prowler escort ship, so you know it'll be sexy flexy on the aesthetics. Apart from that, it's got 2 size 4 weapons and not really much else to say about it yet. Staying on the Alien Week theme, an alien cargo ship is on the books. It's a Xi'an trader with around 300 SCU, so competitive with the Freelancer Max. It's not a Freelancer killer or a whole B killer. It's more about filling out the verse with a diverse array of non-human ships. It's being worked on for Squadron 42, but we may see it in the verse as well. One thing of note is that although it has gravity plating in the interior, the gravity isn't just on one plane like in every human ship, so you can walk on the walls, get your Inception on, and maybe find yourself in a barf bag paradise. For everybody tired of trying to get crew to join your ship, Myst got your back with their refinery ship. It's a starter ship, 1-man operation that uses a tractor beam to grab saddlebags, refine the ore from them, and store it. Refineries aren't even in the game yet, so might be a while before we see this. The standalone refinery structures themselves aren't going to be as cut dry as drop off your ore and boom, you take off with stuff ready for market. Different refineries have different fortes, and that one might be better at refining X than another who's better at refining Y. But you can still have one refine multiple materials. You arrive at the refinery, choose which materials you want them to process, and choose from fast and careless, fast and expensive, fast and thorough, slow and careless, or slow and thorough, that type of thing. This will obviously affect processing time as well as expense. I'm hoping this means that we'll be getting a cargo manifest viewable from your MFDs. That'll help us out when we're trying to optimize a mining run with just the materials we're looking for and eject the rest of them. So one of the big clean things everybody talking about is Pyro. New system, we've been waiting, let's go. For some, this may be bittersweet news. CIG is scrambling to make the Pyro system happen before year's end. That's the goal and they're pushing toward it. But to make that happen, they're gonna have to cut some of the content till next year. So what that means is that we'll see just a few planets rather than all the planets, some of which have 6 moons. So I understand, man. I just be having to have a new system, me. I haven't been on Star Citizen for the longest of times, but when I started, there was no ArcCorp, there was definitely no Microtech, so a brand new system, the new jump gates, inter-system missions, and whatever else comes along with it, just fine for them. Some last minute tidbits, ground turrets are about to be targetable. Throw up the deuces to those turrets outside of bunkers, scarring up your ship, target them and drop the hammer so you can land all safe-like and pretty and still all shiny and stuff. Also new ships up for purchase with the in-game credits, the Vanguard Warden and Sentinel along with the Mantis, and even the Argo Mole made it to the show. Get to stocking those credits, y'all. Shout out to Hater of SC Leaks for pulling up the rocks and dragging out all the goodies underneath. If you want to check out the SC Leaks live stream, link is in the description. Big up and special shout out to the 10 wise men, aka executive producer extraordinaires of this joint. Ike the Subliminal Shownuff in this joint. Odin of the Rojo Jellos is in this joint. Gino Guerin is in this joint. Hold On is in this joint. Mysterious Mike Alvera is in this joint. Saucy Bossy One, Saucy One is in this joint. Pizza Master is in this joint. Slick Dick Dansley, your name is crazy, man, is in this joint. No Monitor Hero is in this joint. And Commander, if a blackout is in this joint, salute my dudes. Shout out to all the fans supporting the Dig That in Space and Marts. Salute to Diedrichs, to the mother, Busser Boy, Guillotine Girl, SM, Generalissimo, Commander Dr. Digital, Space Pirate McMorgan, Zayla Maru, Commander Leviathan Soul, Timeout 420 Twin, Trainman Rob, Epion Next, Deadeye at IO, and Busser Psycho. Big up, big thanks. I love y'all. Holla at me later on the next one. My name is Dig That, and I like to push buttons and such.